This is the Brownstone Center News Update for Thursday, August 7th, 2025. Let's go ahead and get this news together, shall we? Apple has pledged to spend another $100 billion towards U.S. manufacturing. CEO Tim Cook formally announced the deal at the White House yesterday. The tech giant agreed to work with suppliers to reshore some production, including a $2.5 billion expansion of an iPhone glass factory in Kentucky. Now, the move comes as Apple continues to diversify its operations and tariff fallout, and was marked for exclusion as the administration threatened a 100% levy on semiconductor imports. Shares jumped over 5% after hours, the largest spike in nearly 3 months. Learning language platform Duolingo blew past expectations in its second quarter with 46% growth in subscription revenue and a 24% rise in monthly active users. Though the platform drew criticism for its embrace of artificial intelligence tools earlier this year, Reuters notes that its fast-growing subscription tiers boast prominent AI-driven features. The company is also expanding into areas beyond language acquisition. Duolingo announced the acquisition of music gaming startup NextBeat this week, and its new chess course has surpassed 1 million daily active users. Semiconductor imports could face a whopping 100% tariff as soon as next week. President Donald Trump announced in the latest effort by the administration to aggressively reshore and bolster U.S. chip production. Companies committed to building in the United States will, of course, be exempt, he said, nodding to Apple's commitment Wednesday to spend $100 billion toward U.S. manufacturing. The steeper levy may result in higher consumer costs, as semiconductors are an essential component in computers, smartphones, and cars. Lyft's second quarter revenue came in below expectations at $1.59 billion and stiff competition from Uber and declining U.S. travel demand. Despite a record number of gross bookings and expansion overseas, investors remain concerned about Lyft's market share and tentative embrace of robo-taxis, the future of the hailing, one analyst told Reuters. Earlier in the day, Uber authorized a $20 billion stock buyback after reporting 8.8% revenue growth to Lyft's 10.6%. Lyft shares dropped more than 5% in after-hours trading. Despite reporting its 26th consecutive quarter of sales growth, cosmetics maker e.l.f. Beauty took a 30% hit to its quarterly profits thanks to the impact of tariffs. The company, which sources around 3/4 of its products from China, declined to provide a full-year guidance, citing, quote, uncertainty around global trade. To total, revenue came in above estimates, however, up 9% year over year. e.l.f. plans to launch products from its recent billion-dollar acquisition of Rhode in Sephora stores next month. After a 2-year slump, fast casual chain Applebees saw its same-store sales jump by nearly 2% over the last quarter, driven by a surge in restaurant traffic for its 2 for $25 value offering. Parent company Dine Brands is now expanding Applebee's sales to increase 1% to 3% for the full year. Previously, the company was projecting a modest decline. Dine's other marquee property, IHOP, saw same-store sales decline 2.3% compared to the same period 1 year ago. Sweeping U.S. tariffs struck over 90 countries at midnight this morning, unleashing a new era of global trade that pushes the average effective U.S. duty rate to its highest level in almost 100 years. Even America's closest trade partners were not exempt, with negotiated 15% tariffs hitting the European Union, Japan, and South Korea, and even higher rates imposed on Canada and Brazil. President Donald Trump allowed and followed through on a threat to assess 50% tariffs on India and sent foreign governments scrambling to negotiate exemptions. Claire's, the mall staple that accessorized generations of tweens, filed for bankruptcy protection for the second time yesterday. The retailer, with 2,750 stores worldwide, faces weakened consumer spending, competition from online sellers, and increased tariffs on its global supply chain. It has a $496 million loan due in December of 2026 and last filed for bankruptcy protection in 2018. North American stores will remain open while Claire's explores a possible sale. Other retailers seeking bankruptcy protection this year: Forever 21, At Home, and Liberated Brands. The Library of Congress on Wednesday pointed to an unspecified, quote, coding error that led to key parts of the U.S. Constitution being deleted from the Constitution annotated website. Why it matters? Well, the missing sections included foundational provisions such as the right to habeas corpus, which protects people from unlawful detention, and the Foreign Emoluments Clause. Those constitutional principles have risen to the forefront of political and legal debate amid the president's immigration crackdown and foreign dealings. As of Wednesday around 2 p.m. yesterday, the text had been restored. Now, here's what's happening in the Brownstone neighborhood today. First of all, head over to brownstoneworldwide.com for news and information that you can use throughout your day. Don't forget Cityscape Radio for sounds you'll remember, as well as podcasts you'll enjoy. And also Brownstone Living Magazine with urban jazz guitarist Terrence Young on the cover. Here's what else is happening in the Brownstone at brownstoneworldwide.com. You can go ahead and check out daily deals and coupons where you can get access to codes that you can use for discounts on things like clothing, food, and furniture. Don't forget also the Brownstone 100 online courses are available. The very first one to drop is, of course, the Faceless Business course. Up next is Affiliate Marketing and UGC Creation. Those will also be available in addition to bite-sized courses that you can take on money, civics, policy, and government. And also, merchandise from Brownstone Worldwide is officially available. You can always find all of this through our newsletter. Go ahead and subscribe to that. It's absolutely free. And lastly, at brownstoneworldwide.com, you can find us on all things on social media, including the Brownstone Brief for journalistic commentary and content on Substack. We'll see you around.
Welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome to the